don't get around, but there's something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like, about you I like.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a journey to financial freedom with my family, and I share that on this channel. Every single Friday I share a series called Debt Free Friday where we talk about the week, what we did for our financial goals, as well as our side hustle income for the week. All of my side hustle income currently goes to our financial goals, so that's why I share it in these videos. So let's go ahead and get started for this week. It's the 18th. I can't believe this week has flown by. This whole month has seemed like it's flown by, and I'm just so excited for the spring. We have been getting out and going for walks this week, and it has been fantastic to just have some nice spring weather. If you're new here, I live in Wisconsin, so it is very, very cold here. I mean, it's still pretty cold here. For most people, probably it's like in the 40s and 50s, but yeah, that is like summer weather to me right now, because we have been in the negatives for a pretty long time and just had really, really cold weather and snow and all of that. So I have been really enjoying the really nice weather with my family, and I hope that it continues and hopefully we don't have any more snow, but who knows? We probably will have some more snow now that I say it. This week we are continuing to work on our emergency fund. We have a $20,000 goal for our emergency fund. We started this year at about $5,000. We became debt free in December of 2021, and so our focus since then has been our emergency fund. I am hoping to be able to finish this up in April. If you did not watch my April budget video, I will link it in the cards above if you want to go check that video out. I just posted it a couple of days ago, and in that video we talk a little bit about our financial goals, and we should be able to finish this emergency fund in April. So definitely stay tuned. I'm really excited. The next goals that we're going to be working on is our Roth IRA and our house fund. So if you've been following me for a while, I've been talking a little bit about us moving. We are hoping to move probably this year, I'm thinking. But it kind of depends. We haven't really decided yet 100%. I'll definitely let you guys know when it comes closer to if we do decide to move this year or what the plan is, but we're kind of up in the air right now. We're kind of waiting till like the end of spring to figure that out. More to come on that, but we do want to get started on our house fund, not only for an additional amount of down payment, but also just for like moving costs and all that other stuff. And probably some furniture too, because my husband and I are rocking with some IKEA furniture that is probably past its prime. Okay, it's fallen apart a little bit. So since we've been on a debt-free journey for so long, our furniture situation is very sad. So when we do eventually move, I would love to get a couple of new pieces for our house, because we've got a lot of hand-me-downs and IKEA furniture. Don't get me wrong, I love IKEA furniture, but you know, when it hits that like 10-year mark, it starts to get a little dicey with the IKEA furniture. So more to come on that next month, but let's go ahead and get started for this week's. So we started this week at $13,555, and that was at 67.8% to the way funded, which is great. This week we were able to send $800 to our savings, and that leaves us with an ending of $14,355. And that is at 71.8%. So I'm super excited to be in the 70s now. Like I said, we're gonna be finishing this up in the next few weeks, hopefully. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully not having to fund our emergency fund anytime in the near future. Hopefully we don't have to use it. So that will be great. And we could just kind of forget that it's there, and it'll just sit in our savings account peacefully. And hopefully we won't have to touch it. Left to save, that leaves us with $5,645 left to save for our emergency fund, which is great. I'm feeling really good about that. Definitely feel like we'll be able to finish this off in April. We do still have one more week of Debt Free Friday as well, and I'm hoping, because I get my YouTube paycheck, typically I'm able to pay a little bit more towards the emergency fund in the last week of the month. So I'm hoping we'll be able to pay more than $800 next week, and that'll set us up really well for April. So let's talk about our side hustle income for this week. Again, nothing too exciting. I've been, home and with my kiddos, and it's just been really nice to have this time with my family. If you're new here, I had a baby in January, so I'm on maternity leave right now. I am going back to work the end of May. So I'm just really trying to enjoy the time that I have with my family. I'm so grateful that I have such a long maternity leave because I do live in the US. And you know, if you live in the US or you've heard anything about the US, if you don't, we don't typically have the best maternity leaves. So I'm very grateful that I'm able to I'm taking about 16 weeks. So I'm very grateful for that time with my family. So side hustles has not been a huge priority for me, and I think that's okay. I feel like I go in and out of like, you know, side hustling really hard and then kind of falling back a little bit. This week we got $10.60 from Surveys on the Go. I love Surveys on the Go, you guys. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. I'm sorry. I talk about it almost every single week, but that was actually me cashing out. I think it was just from random surveys. I didn't have anything special. I didn't have any product reviews or like food log surveys or anything else. So yeah, that was just from regular old surveys. So $10.60 from Surveys on the Go. And then the only other side hustle income I had this week was $11.74 from Etsy. I do have an Etsy shop. I always link it in the cards and the pinned comment below. So go check that out if you're interested. I sell like my emergency fund tracker and a bunch of other printables in that shop if you want to check it out. Thank you so much if you bought anything from my shop this week. I so appreciate it. And it really helps my family out and helps us to achieve our financial goals a little bit faster. So that brings our total for this week to $22.34, which is awesome. We are in really good shape this month. I'm super proud of us for just continuing to side hustle even during this really busy time in our lives. Yeah, it has been a really busy month for us. My husband and I are both super involved in my son's little league. He plays baseball, and my husband is a head coach, and then I also am on the board. So have been really busy like having meetings and doing other things for the board, and then my husband has been really busy with putting his team together and doing drafting and all this other stuff. So it has been a really busy couple of weeks for us, and it will only be getting busier as he actually starts baseball in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned because it'll be interesting how the rest of this month goes, but we're hanging on by a thread some days, but we're hanging on. So that is all I have for this week. Let me go ahead and get my sheet colored in, and then I will be back to close out the video. I'm going to be coloring in 1.5 icons this week on my sheet. So let me go ahead and color that in, and then I will be back to close out the video.
If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
All right, so that is all I have for this week for Debt Free Friday. I hope you guys all had an excellent week. Please let me know in the comments down below what you did to move yourself financially forward this week. I would love to hear about it, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.